Hey there YouTube, welcome back to another little update video. Basically, my next unit that I hope to have actually been doing a video on yesterday. Really, there was a little bit of a snafu when I was doing the flags. My regimental colour happened to hit a wet patch that I didn't spot because of the bad light, and it happened to be exactly where the cutting line was. So as I was cutting, the flag tore, and it tore so bad that it was unusable basically, so I had to reorder a new flag. Now I'm one of those people that likes to show things when they're finished, so I'm basically going to hold off showing you those guys until I get my replacement set in. So it's probably going to be a good week, maybe a little bit longer, before I get these flags back in, I'd imagine. Yeah, pretty sad about that. I was really looking forward to showing you them. I'd obviously put in a good solid, well, not solid because last weekend was kind of a write-off for painting, but I probably put a good sort of seven or 8 days into painting these guys, doing sort of like roughly six a day, and it was a hard slog. They did go a little bit easier, I think, than the first 36-man unit I did, but still, they're kind of on the back burner for the moment. I'm actually in a little box over here, just out of camera shot, so I'll save those until the flag comes in. The other thing about this video is today's my birthday, so I got my Perry's heavy ambulance, and I thought I'd give you a look at it. So in a few seconds we'll go down to the workbench and I'll show you that. Now if you're wondering what's happened behind me here, this is my anti-cat staying out of my figures precautions, because the little terror who is at the moment sat on my lap loves to jump up onto high shelves, and the couple of times that she has managed to jump up there, the first time she decimated my second Marines, which luckily, because they were hot glued to their bases, when they fell off the shelf, immediately broke off their bases when they hit the ground, and therefore I was lucky enough to basically get away with a bent flagpole and one bent musket, and actually no damage to the actual figures themselves, no breakages or anything. So it was just a case of me having to just peel off the hot glue and re-stick them down. So in that sort of respect, that's a big bonus for my recent. I suppose it all depends on how heavy the figure is, but if they're kind of quite light figures, I tend to hot glue them down, and it does the job, definitely. Okay, so we'll go down to the workbench and I'll show you the ambulance. Catch you in a few seconds. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to the workbench, and these two boxes here make up the field ambulance. So FN 180, and you'll immediately notice that one box is incredibly heavy and the other one is quite light in comparison. That is because this box has all the miniatures and the horses in, and this box is literally just the ambulance and all its undercarriage and stuff. So I'll show you this box first. I actually added this little sealable bag myself to put all the little tiny bits in, just so they stay all together, but you get quite a plus aid of little tiny parts that I don't really have any idea of how to put this stuff together. And then you get the undercarriage of the cart, the turning axis thing, I don't know what you'd call it, the yoke of the cart, I don't know, something like that, and the roof, and the rear ramp for the ambulance, and then of course the ambulance itself. So this is the resin piece, and you can see that there's a moulded injured guy in the top there, and there's a couple of moulded injured guys in the bottom, and I have actually already cleaned this up. It's It wasn't too bad. It didn't have too much flash, but it did have a few bits that had to be cleaned off just with a scalpel. And the other thing is there is one little bit of mist mould, which is not really the end of the world, just here on this lip. It's kind of just snapped or didn't join together. Perhaps there's a little air bubble in the middle or something. But it's not the end of the world. I tried putting a little bit of plastic putty over it, but it hasn't really worked. So I'll probably need to go in with some super glue, I think, on that. But it's not the end of the world, and it's not really going to affect anything. So that is the actual ambulance. Cool. So that's obviously everything that you get for the car itself. Obviously the roof there. So let's put these little bits back in here, and we'll show you the miniatures, because they are the real meat of this set. So here we have an entire box packed full of miniatures. We'll start off with the horses. Now this is actually a 4-horse cart, which is why I like to call it a heavy ambulance, because if you think back to the Warlord one, that is a 2-wheeled 1-horse wagon, and this one is a 4-horse 4-man wagon. So that's I don't know if that's the official term for it, but that's what I like to call it. So there we have the 4 horses with the 2 attenders or riders on the precast on. So you don't have to worry about sticking those guys down. Really nice sculpts, actually. Now I don't know if these horses are the same as other horses that come with some riders and some other sets, like some limbers and stuff, but I think these guys could be unique to this ambulance, but I'm not sure. So that is the 4 horses. Put those to the side. Next up we have a whole heap of wounded guys and doctors. So first up we have a rather high-ranking officer of some kind on a stretcher. And he's not looking too well, this guy. And then we have, I think, I'm trying to think back to the picture to try and match the miniatures up correctly. There's my cat. Come on, girl, get out of the way. No, you can't sit there. Come on. Go over there. Good girl. I know this, I'm pretty sure this doctor is with him, and I think this orderly. Either that or this guy, perhaps. I don't know if he's kind of like holding his hand. And then let's actually try and get you a little bit closer on these guys. So I'm not sure if that's the exact guy that goes with this, but I think that's right. I'm not 100% sure. So then next up we have another wounded officer, and I think he's getting seen to by this orderly. Just zoom back again, see. And then finally we have another sort of on-looking orderly and a couple of injured soldiers. I don't know if that guy's... He could actually be an orderly carrying a wounded guy there. And then obviously another orderly who I'm not too sure who he's supposed to go with. Possibly with him. I don't know. But I suppose you could just put them where you want at the end. So that is the figures. They're really cool figures. And I think it's overall a really great set. And if you think that it's only £5.50 more than the Warlord one, it's a really good deal, even if it is a lot more complicated to put together. So that is the Perry's field ambulance, or as I like to call it, heavy ambulance. And that is the end of this video. So I hope you enjoyed it. It's fairly quick, or at least I tried to make it as quick as possible, but obviously my my waffling has probably extended it by about 5 or 10 minutes as normal. And I suppose my next video will probably be on my finished unit when I finally get my flags through. So unless something comes up that I do decide to make a video on, I'll catch you all in about a week or so's time. Catch you later. Bye bye.